Hello there and welcome to the Christmas Stampathon for June 2024, and the theme today is wood, or the challenge this month is wood. So if you've never joined before, please go to the Facebook group, which will be listed in the description below, and go and have a look at the challenge and join in. So the idea is every 25th of the month we make some Christmas makes so that when it gets to that time of year we've got a lot of it already done. So got textured timber here because of course it depicts wood, and I had a lovely little idea for making a little bit of an unusual fun fold card. So I'm going to be using basic beige ink and basic beige cardstock. Now just over to the side of me I've got my sample piece that I'll be referring to for measurements, and so you need to watch carefully and listen carefully, because we're going to be doing some scoring initially before cutting this up into what's going to become 4 cards. So going to be using my score tool here to start off with, and to start with, now you can use A4 or 8.5 by 11 for this. Both types of cardstock will be able to make these cards. So put your card in at 2 inches and score, then at 3 inches score, and then skip to 5, then score at 6, skip the 7 and go straight to 8, score at 8, then at 9, then 10, and cut at 11, or if you've only got 11, that's where it will finish. So this piece can be discarded, we don't need that now. Then turn your cardstock and cut at 2-inch increments so that you end up with 4 pieces. And then we've just got that little slither left that we don't need. Right, so then set those aside for a minute and get another piece of basic beige cardstock. And onto this we're going to be stamping that lovely circular wood grain design. So I've tested this out. You can get 4 across the length of the page there. And we're actually going to be punching these out. So you may find that if you're really wanting to be frugal with your paper, your cardstock, I'm using the 2 3/8 circle punch here. Let's have a look and see. There's a little bit of overlap there, so you could probably just squeeze in those really quite tight and still be able to get your circles out of there. So let's just do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, and probably squeeze those there. So I'm going to keep doing this until I end up with my 16 wood slices, because that's what they kind of look like. Oh, that one was a little bit close, but we'll go with that. So just be aware of that when stamping that that end one. Don't go as close as I did so that you can get them in. So I've come back just to say to you that actually you probably don't need to worry too much about squeezing them in, because you will need an additional piece of cardstock to get the final set of 4. So all my being frugal hasn't really paid off, apart from the fact I can maybe cut this panel off here and use that another day. I don't know what for, but there we go. So this is the extra piece of cardstock to cut out my slices with, but before I do that, I'm actually going to cut a panel that I'm going to need for later. And so I'm going to cut 4 inches off the shorter end there, and then just cut these into 2-inch panels, and it will all become clear in a minute how this is going to sit together. But while I've got that cardstock and about to stamp it, I thought it would be worth getting the pieces that I need for later, and I'll carry on stamping and punching out. So I've got my 16 wood slices. So here I have them all ready, and now I'm going to show you what to do with that scored panel that I did earlier. So you should have the section that starts with the 2 inches space, and hold that and fold the first score line to your right, then the second score line to your left, then third one to the right, fourth one to the left, fifth one to the right, sixth one to the left, and this final score line, bend that back. We're going to be having that at the back. Then the panels that we cut out earlier, this is going to actually get stuck across the back like so. So I'm going to stick that on now so I don't have to remember to do it later. Now you may be wondering, how on earth is this going to become a Christmas card? Well, of course, around Christmas time we tend to use certain words that we only use at Christmas and never any other time of the year, and one of those words is the word Noel, and I thought it would be nice just to stamp the word Noel onto my wood slices before I stick them onto my card. So I'm going to grab 4 like so, and I don't know if you're noticing, but I'm actually I'll put that one there. I'm trying to, there's this kind of like bit out of the wood slice there that had like a break in it, so I don't want those to always be at the same place, so I'm going to move where that is around. Oh, actually I'll start with that one because I don't want to move that one. Let's do that one like that, that one downwards, and then maybe that one across like so. And I'm afraid I'm going to be using a retired stamp set called Alphabest for the letters that I need. And we're going to need, give me an N, give me an O, give me an E, and an L. There we go. And I thought it would be fun to stamp those in a lovely dark red. But before I do that, I'm just going to run my wood slices through my ink pad so that they end up with a bit of basic beige on the edge. And this is super duper easy to do. Basically, you hold the cardstock in the middle like that, and you kind of run it through like a wheel. Obviously, be careful, be gentle. You don't want to actually cut into your ink pad there. So I'm just grabbing a fabulous red, this one here, real red, and arranging my slices again. There we go. And I want it to read Noel across from left to right, and I want to make sure that it's going to be seen, so I'm going to do it in the right hand side half of my wood slice. Now maybe I should have got a ruler to do this, I don't know. I'm just kind of eyeballing it and hoping for the best. Oh, get that the right way up. No, that way. All right. So there's my Noel all stamped out. And now the exciting bit to show you how it all comes together. So what we're going to do is stick the L panel on here, and then what you need to do is kind of eyeball where the center of the circle is, and basically the center of the circle has got to stick over the edge of the cardstock and be at the base. Oh dear, I've got pink on my hands. Oops, there we go. So the circle needs to sit at the base of the card because it's going to be sitting like this when it opens. Now these measurements took me a few minutes just to figure out, but now I've done it, I imagine being able to use these measurements for all kinds of other types of card that you want to have displayed like this. Oops, I'll tuck that in. Right, give that a good push. So you should be able to get that circle in so that you don't see that top corner there. All right, yay! So that basically sits on the desk, on the table like that, so you get to see the four letters, and you just get to see that beautiful wood grain. And I've just done basic beige on basic beige, but if you wanted to have that wood grain show up a little bit stronger, then you could use a darker brown. Now the reason I put that piece on the back is so that obviously when it's all closed up and in the envelope, it's kind of a bit more sturdy, but also so that you've got somewhere to write your greeting here. So you could stamp maybe Happy Christmas at this point, or Merry Christmas, or Season's Greetings, whatever you want, and just have that. So that will should fit in a normal size envelope, which I haven't got one to hand. I'll just go with this A6. So sorry, 6 by 6. So I wanted it so it would fit into a normal size envelope like that. So what fun! I'm trying to think how many pieces of cardstock I've just used. So I've used about 2.5, and I'm actually going to end up with 4 little cards like that. So hope you've enjoyed that. I'm going to get on and finish these off now, but I don't need to film that. And let me know what you think in the comments of my cute little wood inspired Christmas card. And do go and have a look on the Christmas Stampathon Facebook group to see what the other Stampathon designers have done this month, and get your entries in, or get your samples in for by the end of the 24th of July. Eek! Oh my goodness, halfway through the year already. Can't believe that. So there we go. Thank you for joining me. Take care for now. Bye bye.